everyone, and welcome to another Stamp Chatter video. Today I'm going to make a card using the Floral Delight Suite. Now it's the Suite collection in the mini catalog that is current right now with Stampin' Up. It's on page 33 and 35. It's the Suite collection. I'm not even sure what they call the collection, but anyway, in that you get a 12 pack of designer paper. You also get vellum, which is also very lovely. So you get a pack of vellum paper as well. You get some yellow ribbon, about a 1/8 inch of daffodil yellow. And you get some trinkets that are little bees. These are so adorably cute. And then you get, of course, the stamp set and the dies. And I think that's it in the suite. Now, Canadian, it's $122.25. So it is celebration. And so I purchased this pack. And then one of my freebies I purchased was Friendly Seagulls. And I'll show you a couple cards that I did with Friendly Seagulls after this card today. So stick around for that. So today I'm going to make a card using this and using the designer paper. So I did go ahead and I took this pattern of the designer paper. I'll just pull it out here for you. I'll put the links below so you can see everything online, but I took this pattern piece and I fussy cut some of the flowers out because there's no die for that. And I'm just going to move this to the side, move that to the side, and move that to the side. Okay, so I've already done that. I've fussy cut a couple of the flowers, and we're going to use some white. I'll bring in my cutter. And my base is going to be white. So 5.5 by 8.5. Score that at 4.25. All right, that's going to be my base. And then I'm going to bring in some Pool Party. And I'm going to make that, I know this is going to sound weird, but normally I would make it 4 by 5.25, but I'm going to make it 3 7/8 and 4 7/8. So normally I would go 5 1/8. That's what it is. Okay, I'll just double check, make sure I got that number right off the top of my head. So I just wanted a little more white showing, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do another white that is a 1/4 inch all around, smaller than that. So 3 7/8, so that would be 3.5 is for 3 5/8. And then I did 5 1/8, so 4 7/8. And I think, again, if I did that right, that should be, yep, yay. All right, I did that right. So let's put this aside. So there's a few things we're gonna cut out. I wanna make a square. So I've taken these stitched squares, and that is from the die set Stylish Shapes. And I'll take in some of my tape, and we're going to put this on so that it doesn't really matter if it's crooked, as long as it looks even. Okay, we're going to cut that out carefully. Put that aside. I'm also going to cut out wishing. So these are the dies for the wishing. This is a background for it. I'm going to do that in Pecan Pie. So I don't need to attach that one. That's good. And this one, the wishing, that's going to go inside the background. I'm going to do it in white. So I've already put some double-sided adhesive tape on the back of this Whisper White. So that'll make it easier for me to put it in my machine. So I think that is all I want cut out for now. So I'm going to go cut that out and I will come right back. Okay, so I have those pieces cut out. Here is my wishing. That is the background. And then here, whoop, carefully, because this one is so thin. Here is my wishing. Wants to take the tape off, which is fine. Okay, so, and then here are my two squares that I cut out because I wanted to get this. So if you're wondering, there's there's 5 squares in the stylish shapes, and this is this is the 3rd and 4th largest, just so you know. Okay, so let's put this on. So I have a little trick I like to use. Doesn't always work, but it usually does. Where are my tweezers? Here somewhere. Well, okay, maybe not. I'm just gonna poke out the centers if I can. It's very tiny. And that little dot for the eye and that little dot for the eye, be very, very careful. And as you can see, the double-sided tape wants to come off. So I'm just actually going to pull that off. And hopefully this word will stay inside the die, because that's what I want it to do. Okay, what other piece? And we'll take out the L, center of the L. Would be nice if I had my tweezers, but my eyes don't see it right now. So, okay, that should work. So now I'm going to bring in the background wishes. And I do this because those little dots for the eyes are so incredibly tiny that I tend to lose them. So I'm going to gently place this over top so it kind of fits, well, not kind of, it fits inside the die, just like that. I'm going to give it a good push, and then I'm going to just poke. I'm going to use my pick a tool, and I'm going to poke, make sure the eye is going to stay. Poke this down, poke that down. So go into all those little holes and poke it down so it'll stay, and then slowly reveal. And if the eye doesn't want to come out, then just give it a little poke. The dot of the eye, that is. Okay, and that one didn't want to come either, so I'm going to poke and lift. There we go. Perfect. It does work most of the time, but it is a bit of a fussy process, and I kind of rather do that than, I don't know, fiddle around with it. That's just my way. Okay, so let's put these on my magnetic board so I don't lose them. Okay, so that's that. I have that. I have my 2 previously cut flowers. I'm going to put that on the magnetic board. Okay, so let's bring in a smaller piece of Whisper White here. Now, the idea here is I'm going to put this frame down here and kind of stack in these flowers somehow. So, but I do want a bit of color in here, so I'm going to take my Pool Party and blending brush, and this is where it's gonna go, something like that. So I want the inside of the frame to have some color, maybe even a bit of the outside. Most of it's gonna get covered up, so you don't need to be too particular about that. Okay, so let's bring in our Pool Party. I'm going to glue these two pieces together. Just like that. Okay, let's bring this in, and I don't really want to glue that quite yet. Let's play around with our flowers and see where we would like them. I might cut off that stem, a little bit of it, as I place it in the square. I like that. You know, I'm not even sure if I need 2 flowers, but I can do something like that. Okay. Now this part is a little tricky. It's a little tricky because I'm going to put glue everywhere but this corner. That's what I'm going to do. Put my thumb there, open that up. That way I've got room to slide in my flower. I think that'll work. Put that on the bottom. It's okay if that piece hangs over a little bit. I'll go a bit higher. All right, and then this should still be able to slip in here. Yep. We can glue that down later. I'm just not really sure what I want to do for height here. Let's bring this in and see what we can get away with. Can do that. Something like that. All right, so let's put glue on here. This is such a pretty set, but I have to tell you, it is a fussy one. There's a lot you can do with it, but there's a lot of dies, a lot of flowers to die cut. So if you're not one to play around with all the fussy dies and stuff like that, this might not be for you, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful set. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. Okay, so let's bring in our, oh, you know what I didn't do that I wanted to do was stick in some paper. Let's see, I might still get away with it. Let's see. Gonna cut a piece of Pool Party, and this was part of the DSP, so I'm just gonna cut a small strip from that for color. And I was wanting this to go underneath. It might have to go over top. I'm gonna give it a bit of a trim. Let's see. Oh, I might be able to get away with this because I didn't glue that corner down. Okay, let's just give this a trim. This just gives it another visual interest. I think I got lucky. All right, let's put some glue on that. My lid. Okay, let's start with this one. And there's no particular size. I didn't measure for these. I just went ahead and cut them. All right, now I can probably tack down a little bit, dog hair. A little bit of glue. Hold that down for a sec. Excellent. All right, so let's bring in my wishing. Isn't that pretty? What else was I gonna do? Wishing. Let's pick wishing you were here. Let's do that one. Wishing, where is it? Wishing You Were Here is this one. Let's use that big one. Make sure we lined up. Okay. Soft suede. And there is this die. To me, it's a bit big for this. It will fit the biggest one on here, which is Happy Birthday, but it's just too big for what I want to do. So I'm just going to cut it. Ah, look what I found. I just wanted those a few minutes ago, didn't I? Let's put it where I can see it in my little holder. All right. I'm sure some of you are like me. I mean, you put things right in front of your face and you lose them sometimes. It's crazy. Okay. Wishing You Were Here. And I'm going to cut that. I'm going to use my little mini cutter. Make that a little easier. And I will trim the edges like that. Okay. Now, do I pop that up? Nope, I don't think so. I think I will just glue it down. Well, we have had here in British Columbia on the West Coast 40 days of sunshine up until last night, and which is not typical for January on the coast. It's not typical at all. So now we're in for a bit of a winter storm, apparently, which is always up in the air in British Columbia. You never know. Could mean we are having a storm, and it could mean it changes overnight and there is no storm. It's not very predictable here. All right, so let's put this, just keeping in mind that's not attached. Wishing, and I might pop that up. I think I will. Let me bring in my little bag of dimensions and look for the mini ones in here somewhere. All right. Bring in my tweezers, which I love. These are Be Creative tweezers, by the way, and I just love them. They have a very sharp point on them. Because I have nails, it's hard for me sometimes to do that, and so this becomes my nail. Okay, let's put this down here. Wishing You Were Here. Let's pop up this whole thing. All right, I hope I get this straight because I can't put my head in the camera. I'm going to bring it down. Maybe there we go. Nope. Not pretty, but we're not done yet. Oh, see, I was going to put ribbon on and I forgot. That's okay. That's okay. What we are going to do is put these cute little tiny bees, and my little eye here is wanting to disappear on me. Oh, look, it still had the tape on it. The double-sided tape. Oh my goodness, it's so tiny. Holy cow, you need magnifying glasses to see this. I know a lot of people that just don't bother. I get it. Oh, phew, there you go. Oh, look at this one, still had the tape on it too. Wow. There we go. All right. So here are our little bees. Where is my, right here. I love this little pack. So what I do is when I get paper pumpkin kits or kits that I order, there's always extras. And I throw the extras in this little bag, and then every time I need them, I just pull it. All right, so let's see. Where do we want to put these? One here. I just love these. I just think these are so cute. Very elegant. I'll do 3. Okay, so 1. And 2. Oop, let's take that off. And 1 more. Isn't that cute? I love this card. I love the colors. I love the pool party and the lemon lolly. Very cute. Very cute. So that's my card for today. I said I was going to show you friendly seagulls because I've been playing with that, and oh my goodness, it's so much fun. It's so cute. You just Google some of these cards, and I don't know how you can't fall in love with these cute seagulls. So, what did I do with my seagull cards? They're here somewhere. Okay, we have that. Let me pause while I go looking for them. Okay, so I have found my seagull cards. So, that's the seagull set. It looks very, it's relatively simple. Not a whole lot to it. And you know, I initially saw this and I didn't really think much of it, which is typical me sometimes. And then you see what other people are doing with it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's just so cute. All right, so this is one of the cards I did yesterday with the friendly seagulls. This is a free set that you can get if you purchase $75 or more Canadian dollars. That's the Canadian deal. I think it's 60 US if you're in the US. And so I did 2 of them yesterday. I just cut this. I didn't use a die. I just sort of cut little waves. And then that paper comes from, I think it's Country Woods, right? All that paper that looks like wood. So I just cut that down to make it look like a pole. And we have seagulls here on the coast. And let me tell you, they're not white. They're quite gray and quite dirty, actually. And, but anyway, once in a while you catch a really, really white seagull, but here not very often. They're pretty gray looking. Anyway, those are my 2 cards. This was just a fun little closure card. So I did this circle, but I didn't put glue, obviously, on this side so that this closure would work. I'm not sure if there's a name for this, but that's how I did that. And if you'd like to see how I made these cards, tune into the next video and I will show you how. Thanks for watching today, and we hope you guys have a great weekend as it's Friday here. All right, bye-bye.